A good coach is someone who really cares about the spirit and discipline of his athletes.
I think a great coach is someone that gets his players to compete within themselves. It doesn't matter what's going on the field or on the water. A player is really devoted to his coach and wants to make him proud in any way.
Characteristics of a good coach are somebody who can motivate his athletes, somebody who can inspire confidence, and somebody who can make his athletes believe in themselves and in one another so that they can accomplish things greater than the sum of the parts.
Passion, some patience, and empathy and love for your crew.
A great coach is someone who demands more out of you than what you expect from yourself. Someone that instills a work ethic that influences not just your career in rowing, but every aspect of your life.
A good coach is able to get 100% out of you, able to motivate you, able to really get you to give 100% at all times.
Tom O'Connell is my definition of a good coach.
He's like Dirty Harry, but he takes better care of his body.
It was like the two sides of the Tom O'Connell coin, like incredibly intense and incredibly intentional in the way that he treated us as athletes, but also incredibly caring and incredibly focused on us as individuals and on his family and the kids that he worked with.
He created an environment where everybody was on board for the same goal. So there wasn't really anybody who was in the program who didn't put in 100% effort. He just didn't allow you to behave in that way. Everybody was working full speed ahead for their entire time.
A total badass, a guy that worked us really, really hard, and a guy that really loved to win and rewarded us, you know, and pumped us up when we actually did win.
I think Tom O'Connell was the coach that got me to perform at my highest. He really taught me to compete within myself. To have this drive, this fire inside you to always be better.
Work ethic or discipline, his approach to physical fitness, his approach to nutrition, whatever it was, he lived it.
You look forward to practice, you look forward to racing, you look forward to competition, you look forward to being better, you look forward to drills, and makes every aspect of the sport exciting to the point where you take the sport beyond the confines of practice, beyond the confines of competition, and it becomes part of your life.
You know, I think really there was a lot of class unity, a lot of unity within just the squad in general. And so I think that made it easier for Tom to get the most out of us.
He was able to take the baby steps needed in order to show us what the right and wrong thing to do, and we just tried to emulate it. Really, I just didn't want to let him down. You know, if he could have stripped down and gotten in the boat with us, he would have, because that guy just loved being there, loved the competition, and it was contagious. It got us all excited and took us outside of ourselves and realized how great the moment was.
It's inspirational just seeing someone so real and dedicated to the sport.
Tom's the guy you want to be in the trenches with when you're in war. You know, you want to be shoulder to shoulder with that guy. You want Tom right next to you when things get really bad.
He has the ability to challenge you on an inherent level, not only who you are as an athlete, but who you are as a person. He has the ability to kind of poke the buttons in a way to get what he needs out of you, but also to get out of you and make those, make you grow in a way you need as a person.
When I think of a great coach, I think of Tom. And that's not, you know, that's not just me. Anyone that's ever rowed for Tom understands that about him, and they respect him for it.
Values every one of his athletes, holds his athletes to a high standard, has a sight of the bigger picture.
Power and poise, bringing together that energy, that passion with respect, integrity, and smoothness of motion and control.
He really was able to affect and had a big impact, I think, on all of us and how deep we were all willing to go.
It's the guys in the boat, it's the sense of teamwork, it's who they were as part of the team and who they were away from the team that really created that success.
He didn't want to let us down, and we didn't want to let Tom down. And I think it was a special kind of relationship between him and us.
Tom really taught me was accountability. I think that was something that helps me in any aspect of my life. You're accountable to yourself, and you're accountable to the people that you work with, or the people that you row with.
I continue to wonder at my colleagues and my friends, like, where was their Tom O'Connell when they were in high school?
I wouldn't have necessarily had that foundation were it not for Tom and his influence.
You know, he's my high school coach, and he's been one of the most important male figures in my life.
You start looking at how you treat other people around you. It's just this inherent ripple effect of kindness, generosity, support, value.
Tom really laid the foundation, not only for myself, but some of the best friends I have to this day are athletes, are rowers who I rowed with at SI and later in my career.
I mean, there definitely been some hurdles in my life and kind of didn't know what to do. And so all I wanted to do was kind of run, and half praying that I'd run into Tom O'Connell. And I see his pickup truck pull a U-turn, and he sees me running, stops out, gives me a hug, and just like, it's like everything's gonna be all right. And that was Tom O'Connell miracle in a sense.
Every kid left a better person than when they started. And I think that was a huge, huge part of who Tom was.
I want to take a little bit of what I see in Tom O'Connell and try to be that man, you know?
He's definitely a special guy in my life.
He's a cool guy. I want to be like him. And I think for a 65-year-old to be emulated by legions of young men, that's pretty impressive.
You can't say enough good things about him.
Whatever success I've had in life, like, he helped me develop the work ethic that got me to where I am today.
You know, I think he's like a father figure. He was a guy who didn't want to disappoint.
My figuring out, my defining who my friends are started with Tom's ability to kind of make me figure out who I am in terms of relationships with other people and doing things for myself and others. And I think that's the way Tom lived his life too. He loved making boats fast, but never sacrificing, you know, helping a kid grow as a person.
No matter who you were when you came into this program, when you came out, you were a better person because of what Tom put you through and because of the standard that Tom held you to and what he taught you.
To make an impact on the people in our lives, on our professions, on the world around us, and he played a big part in that, in teaching young men to be professionals, to be hard workers, to be very intentional in what they do.
Tom was always a big thing of what can you do? Challenge yourself, be the best you can be.
You know, when you come down here and get on the water, it's leave all your worries, your cares on land, in the car, at home. When you're on the water, that's it. It's just crew, you're just with the waves, you're just with the oar in your hand, the boat moving underneath you, your teammates around you. And that's something that O'Connell really put the capstone on throughout high school.
The sense of tradition, the sense of family, the sense of honor, the sense of continuing in the future just wouldn't have anywhere near the same foundation, the same heart as it does, having come through these last 17 plus years and excited to see the boats move fast.
Tom really transformed the program.
To one that has left with national championships, a Henley championship, and a program that has changed rowers' lives, going into the future. Guys that have gone to Ivy League schools, to UC's getting recruited by some of the top programs in the country and gone to row into the national level. And it all started with this program here, guys who started their programs here, and that is the kind of professionalism that Tom instilled in this program and the legacy that he's left behind.
He embodies what it means to be an athlete. Tom O'Connell will always be SI Rowing. I mean, it's that simple. He is the program.